Phoenix take the ice here on Saturday night from the Atlanta Ice House in Kennesaw, Marietta, Georgia. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Phoenix, if you missed it earlier today, unsuccessful against the Mad Hatters, so 0-1 on the weekend, trying to make it a 1-1 day. 2 games on Sunday. We're getting ready to get started here against the Bandits. We've got the Bandits from Cummings, Georgia. Phoenix doing warm up right now. 5-minute warm up here, a little bit long. There is the queen of the Phoenix, first lady of the Phoenix. Following you. Warm ups underway here on Saturday night. Phoenix trying to go 1-1 on the day. Last time they played the Bandits, it was a 2-2 tie. So Phoenix trying to come away with a win this time. They are 2-0-1 against the Bandits this season. Phoenix will be without Sammy Rowell tonight. Sammy out with an ankle injury. Also without Teo McAfee, who unfortunately has been out for the majority of the season. Other than that, other than those two unfortunate injuries, they are at full strength. Kenny Yon getting the start in the net today for the Phoenix. Coaches here tonight. Coach Fisk and Coach Midas on the bench. Brad is unfortunately not able to be here. Stop. Hello. About 90 seconds left in the warm up, and we'll be ready to get underway here. We do have two games on Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. And I believe the second game is like 3:30, something like that. The two games on Sunday. John will be doing the first game. I will be calling the second game. So we'll be here on your Phoenix Broadcasting Network for both games tomorrow. Phoenix just about done with the warm up, getting all the pucks collected. We're ready to do battle here on a Saturday night live from the Ice House in Marietta, Georgia. Phoenix break the huddle. We are ready to get started here. See who Coach Fisk sends out for the starters tonight for your Phoenix. Stop. All right, starters on the blue line are going to be Sells and Shell. Up front, there's Eva Dean, our lovely team manager. Your forwards are going to be Smoody, Wilcox, and Simmons. Face-off won by the Bandits. Phoenix working them down into the offensive zone. Squirts out. RJ there to pick it up off the wall into the offensive zone. We got an offsides by the Phoenix stoppage with 15:48 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. We'll reset. We'll do it all again from center ice. Wilcox had to take the face-off. Simmons and Smoody up front. Shell and Shell. Shells and Shell on the blue line. Puck, RJ battles there along the wall. I'm going to tilt this camera down just a little bit. Ryder sends it around there. Smoody gives chase. Shell picks the puck up on the blue line, sends it up to Simmons. Simmons doing battle there right on the blue line. Back to Shell. Shell over to Sells. Sells back to Shell. That's hard to say, folks. And into the offensive zone for Phoenix. Icing there. Icing stoppage with 15:07 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. Just underway here. Face-off will be down in our defensive zone. Kenny Yon getting the start between the pipes here for the Phoenix. Face off to Kenny's left. DJ Cunningham set to take the face off with Spade and Redburn, your forward. Your defensive pair is going to be Gong and Egan. Not really sure what the call was there. Missed the call. What was that call? What did they call him for? You see the call? Never mind. Do you see the call? No, I didn't see it. All right, so Phoenix going on the power play early in this game. Power play line is going to be Spade, Wilcox, and Smoody with Sells and Cunningham. Sells looking. Sells shot wide of the net. All right, sorry about that. So I don't love this camera angle. There we go. All right, so 14:55 to play in the first period. Phoenix on the power play for another minute 14 here. Lions remain the same. Wilcox face off, battle there. Spade, oh, thought it went in off the net there. Spade gets control. The puck sends it back around. Bandits try to clear it. Stop there by Cunningham. Cunningham keeps it in. Shot there by Wilcox. Goal save there. Nice quick shot there. Turn by Wilcox. And goalie save. Nice save there by the Bandits goalie. 14:31 to play in the first period. 1 minute left in this Phoenix power play. Puck goes back to Cunningham. Cunningham sends it forward to Spade. Spade chips it up. Wilcox into the corner. Wilcox sends it back to Cunningham. Cunningham looking. Shot blocked there by the Bandits. Bandits send it in. Wilcox with the puck. Wilcox looking, sends it up to Smoody. Smoody shot. Save there. Nice save there. A couple nice stops early in this game from the Bandits. Another stoppage with 14:13 to play in the first period. 0-0 game.
Hi, Mom.
That was Miss Layla. Wants to say hi, Mom. She may have had a beer or three. All right, face off there. Sells looking. Sells drives in the middle of the ice. Shot. Tip, not quite there. Getting home. Phoenix doing good work here on this power play. Wilcox looking, that was Cunningham. Sells picks up the puck there around center ice. Sells over to Smoody. Smoody looks, dumps it in. Off the wall. Big hit there. Spade looking, centering pass. Oh, what an opportunity. All right, Sells looking. Sells sends it up. Wilcox tip there. Turnover in the offensive zone. Center ice. Bandits dump it into the corner. RJ picks it up behind the net, sends it over to Smoody. I need to turn the camera. Smoody sends it up. Jackson Spade with a drive. He's got a 1-on-3 now, a 2-on-3 as Cunningham gets in there behind the net there. Wilcox looking. Penalty is over. Full strength for both teams here. Full strength as Chip Egan checks into the game for the Phoenix. Egan in the game for the Phoenix there. Shot. As we also have Colton Dean checking into the game for the first time. Dean picks up the puck. Dean looking. Alex Hendricks now also checking in for the Phoenix. So your forwards are going to be Dean, Hendricks, and now Owen Midas in. And your defensemen are going to be Sells and Egan. Egan looking. Puck squirts away there. Egan giving chase. Egan sends it forward to Midas. Midas through the neutral zone. Midas gets tripped up there. No call there. Colton Dean looking around, driving hard through the neutral zone into the offensive zone for Colton Dean. Colton Dean looking. He backs off as Gong checks into the game. Egan gets a shot. Nothing going there as the Bandits come back the other way. Bandits driving hard. Chip Egan giving chase. Nice effort there, Chip. And Kenny Yon gets his first real action of the day. And Oscar Gong comes away with the puck. Oscar driving hard to the net. Hendricks to the front. Oscar sends it up in there, tipped away. Chip shot. Back behind the net. Battle in front of the net, now into the corner. Chip along the wall, picks up the puck. Sends it back below the red line. Hendricks with the penalty upcoming. And the Phoenix will go on the penalty kill. Alex Hendricks will go to the box. I believe they are going to call a roughing, maybe a cross check. Not really sure what they're going to call here. We'll see what the referee calls. We are going to have a roughing. Alex Hendricks to the box. Minute 30 penalty kill for your Atlanta Phoenix. They called roughing on Hendricks. So your penalty kill will be Shaw and Shell and Moody and Cunningham. 11:33 play in the first period, 0-0 game. Bandits win that face off back there. Cunningham giving chase. Cunningham comes away with the puck there. Cunningham got a 2-on-2 here with Smoody. Cunningham sends it in there. Smoody into the corner. Smoody sends it back there. Cunningham picks it up, sends it out of the offensive zone. Bandits will have to reset here. Bandits looking, dump it in there into the corner. Shaw giving chase into the corner. Nice stick there. Ryder Shell picks up the puck around the wall there as the Phoenix trying to kill off this penalty. 48 seconds to go in the penalty. 10:49 to play in the first period. Shot, no, nothing going there. Wide of the net. Bandits back behind the net. Bandits trying to get something going here. Stick lift there. We got action out in front of the net. Phoenix get it out in front of the net. Bandits dump it into the corner. Back out to the D. D shot. Tip. Oh, nice save there by Kenny Yon. Smoody out with the head of steam. Smoody gets it out of the offensive zone. Bandits will have to reset. Ryder Shell up along the wall gets it. Ryder Shell will send it up and out. Oh, almost out of the zone. Now Smoody clears it. Smoody will have it with a 1-on-2 here. He's trying to make something going. Nobody's skating with him there. Unfortunately, loses an edge there. And goes down. Midas into the fight there, into the corner. Sells and Shaw, your defenseman. Sells. Oh, lost control of the puck there, but regains it. As the Bandits penalty is over. Phoenix back to full strength. Sells picks the puck up. Sells looking. He's going to drive. He's going to take the puck in himself. He's looking. Shot. Save there. Oh, we got some action here after the whistle. Looks like no penalty upcoming here. All right, so 9:33 to play in the first period, 0-0 game. We got Midas, Trujillo, and O'Shaughnessy on for the forwards. Egan and Sells in for your defenseman. Midas goes hard into the corner, gets that puck there. Trujillo picks it up. O'Shaughnessy looking as well there. RJ Sells keeps it in the zone. Now out of the zone as Chip Egan will get control of the puck there in the defensive zone for the Phoenix. O'Shaughnessy, and I believe that is Egan doing work there. Shot wide of the net. Kenny gets a piece of it. Big hit there from RJ. Midas and RJ doing work. Now Chip gets in the work below the red line. Because out Trujillo gets it and pokes it out of the defensive zone into the offensive zone. Johan looks. Big hit there from the Bandits. Take Johan off the puck there. RJ Sells looking. Keeps that puck in. Nice work, RJ. RJ below the red line there. Puck squirts away. And back behind the net. Chip Egan with the stick on the puck to keep it in the offensive zone for the Phoenix. And Midas looks. Shot. Oh, couldn't quite get a shot off. Rebound. Save there by the Bandits. And it is 8:20 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. And we have changes for the Phoenix here. Wilcox, Smoody, and Simmons in for your forwards. Gong and Shaw in for your defensemen. Face off to the goalie's left. Shaw on the right, Gong on the left. Smoody, your right wing. Simmons, your left wing. And Wilcox, your center. Wilcox sends the puck back. Shaw gets there and keeps it in. Bandits pushing the puck up there and back the other way. Smoody picks it up. Smoody looking, sends it center, tipped away there, and goalie save. Stoppage with 8:04 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. Face off to the goalie's right this time. Same lines, no changes here for your Phoenix. Face off sent to the left there by Wilcox into the corner. Bandits trying to get the puck up and out of the zone. Bandits send it in. Shaw giving chase down into the corner here. We're going to have an icing. Another stoppage here. 7:53 to play in the first period. Faceoff will be down in the offensive zone for the Phoenix. All right. Puck bouncing around there into the corner. Simmons giving chase. Simmons there puts him in the wall. Bandits trying to get it out. Wilcox with a nice hit. Wilcox mom got a little excited there. All right. Resetting here. Bandit's trying to get it out. Phoenix trying to keep it in. Smoody does a great job keeping that in. Dumps it down below the red line. Simmons gives chase. Simmons sends it around the wall there behind the net. Smoody looking. Shot. Wilcox. Block there. Nice look, boys. Gong keeps it in. Great work, Oscar. Great work there, Oscar. Through the middle there. Nobody home. Oscar going to take a shot. Nothing there, actually. Sorry, that was out to Smoody. I thought he was taking a shot. Smoody sends it back behind the line. He looking. Sends it back behind the red line, below the red line. Out front. Puck is loose. Shot. Up in the air. Gong gets there. Keeps it back in. Dumps it deep there. Puck is out front. Shot. Oh, what an opportunity there. Puck had a weird kick off the wall and ended up right in front of the net, and the Phoenix could not take advantage of that. Great opportunity there. Around the wall there. Gonga's going to pick up the puck. Is a little physical over there on the far wall. Puck is out of the zone. Phoenix get out of the zone. We're going to have changes here for the Phoenix. Changes here. Shaw gets chased back behind the run. Phoenix needing to get the defense off the ice as well as the offense on the ice for the Phoenix right now are Spade, Redburn, and Cunningham. Cunningham's going to pick up a penalty. Oh! Cunningham going to go to the box for a minute 30. I believe they're going to call a roughing there. Yes, another roughing. So Cunningham goes to the box for roughing. Minute 30 penalty kill here for the Phoenix. And let's see what changes they make here. Sells and Shell on for your defense. Redburn and Midas your forwards here. As the Phoenix got a minute 30 penalty kill here. Face off one by Midas. Squirts left. Nice save, Kenny. Kenny with a big time save there to keep this game even. Vanna's doing work on the power play here. Puck squirts away there. Shell gets it, tips it away. Midas tips it high out of play. Stoppage 6 minutes exactly to play in the first period. Minute 17 on the power play for the Bandits. Penalty kill here for the Phoenix. All right. Midas set to take this face off. Shell to his left. Sells and Redburn to his right. Shell dumps it out of the zone. Are they going to have an icing here? Icing as that one kind of trickled into icing territory here. Referee and Sells talking about what they're going to do for dinner later. Shout out to Chantel watching from home. Robbie's manager couldn't make it to the game tonight. So I made sure to keep Robbie on time where he's supposed to be. All right, face off here. Same lines for the Phoenix here. Same face off circle. And I wouldn't mind a set to take this face off. Face off, battle there. Picks it up, shot. Puck bounced around, and Midas able to gain control. It kicks it out. Shot from the Bandits there. Glove save by Kenny. Kenny with the glove save. Tie game here, 0-0, 5:43 in the first period. 5:43 to play in the first period. 59 seconds left to go in the penalty kill for the Phoenix. Shot high and wide there. The Phoenix trying to keep this game square on the penalty kill. RJ Sells looks. RJ doing work in the corner there. Puck comes out. Bandits kick it out to the D. D looking. Shot. Oh, Kenny there. That was a blind shot. Kenny didn't really get a good eye on that, but luck got the save there. Nice work, Kenny. RJ Sells sends it up and out of the zone. We are going to have another icing here. 5:12 to play in the first period. 0-0 game. Changes here for the Phoenix. You're going to have Gong and Egan in for your defense. Forwards are going to be Wilcox and Dean. Shot, high goal. That is a goal for the Bandits on the power play. 1-0 Bandits. 5:08 to play in the first period. Phoenix need to find some energy here. They look a little sluggish, if I'm being honest here. 5:08 to play in the first period. Phoenix back to full strength here. Wilcox, Dean, and Hendricks, the forwards. Egan and Gong, your defenseman. Face off sent back there to the Bandits. Bandits picked it up. Blocked by Dean there. Big hit there. High up off the near wall. Wilcox gets a stick on it. Battling there. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera. Hendricks up to Dean. Dean looking. Dean cuts to the middle. Dean doing it all himself. Shot. Save there by the Bandits. Wilcox sends his guy into the wall. Bandits pick the puck up down below the net now. They're looking up off the wall, past Egan, down into the corner here. Gong giving chase, and we'll have an icing. Icing with 4:30 to play in the first period. 1-0 Bandits. All right. Wilcox set to take the face off. Wilcox to Hendricks to his left, Dean to his right, Egan and Gong back on the blue line. Egan able to keep that puck in. Wilcox looks to the center, out front, can't quite get a stick on it there. Great opportunity, but nothing going there. Egan tips the puck away. Dean with a head of speed through the into the offensive zone. Dean looking, tipped away there by the Bandits. Couldn't quite get anything going. Hendricks with the stick on it. Bandits drive hard into the offensive zone, wide of the net. Egan doing work. Egan shot, nothing out front there, centering pass, nobody home. Shot from the Bandits there, tipped away. Wilcox picks the puck up. Wilcox doing battle there. Wilcox comes out with the puck. One-on-one battle here. Wilcox cuts to the middle. Wilcox can't quite get the shut off. Good defense there from the Bandits. O'Shaughnessy checking in for the Phoenix. Big collision there from Wilcox. Far side. Bandits wrapping it behind the net there. Bandits looking. Defenseman brings it out. Full head of steam here. Egan right in front of him. O'Shaughnessy gets in the battle as well. Bandits going to have some changes here. Cunningham in for the Phoenix as well. Egan with a head of steam. Egan's played really well the first game, and he's got a head of steam here. That should have been a hook. And we got a penalty upcoming here. Delay penalty shot. Save, and the Phoenix will go on the power play. Hooking is the call. 3 minutes exactly on the clock. Phoenix will get a minute 30 power play. Let's see who Coach Fisk sends out for this power play unit. All right, so power play for your Phoenix is going to be Midas at center, Simmons to his left, Knox to his right. Your defensemen are going to be Cunningham and Sells. Midas wins that, sends it back to Cunningham. Cunningham looks, shot. Puck is loose. Saved there by the Bandits. 2:54 to play in the period. 1-0 Bandits. 1:24 to go on the power play. Same face-off all over again here. Face-off goes back to Cunningham. Cunningham looks and sends it forward into the corner there. Simmons gets the puck. Squirts past Simmons into the corner there. Now Cunningham picks it back up. Cunningham looking. Over to Smoody. Smoody looking. Moody gets that puck away there, up off the wall. Can't quite get a stick on it there. And Cunningham will chase the puck down below the red line. Cunningham around the net. Cunningham with the head of steam. Cunningham cuts to the center of the ice. Cunningham through the neutral zone. He's got a head of steam there. Into the corner. Nice turn there. Sends it back out to Midas. Midas looks, sends it over to, oh, nope. Thought about it. Send it back up there. Turnover. Dumped in by the Bandits. This should be an icing. 35 seconds to play on the power play. 2:05 to play in the period. 1-0 Bandits. Changes for the Phoenix here. You got Redburn, Wilcox, and Spade. Defensive changes, Shaw and Sell coming on the ice. So full line change here for the Phoenix with 35 seconds to play in the power play. 2:05 in the period. 1-0 Bandits. Wilcox wins that faceoff. Spade couldn't quite get a handle on it. Dumped in by the Bandits there. Shaw needs to find some pep in his step there. Shaw into the corner. Shell sends it around the net. Shell looking, sends it up to Wilcox. Wilcox sends it over to Shaw. Shaw hits it up the wall. Stripes is in the way. Absolutely ruining that play is the referee. Redburn dumps it in. Redburn high up off the glass. Shaw lets the puck go between his feet. And he's looking back below the net, sends it over to Shell. Shell looks, sends it up to Redburn, a little behind Redburn. Nothing going there for the Phoenix, and the penalty is over. Bandits back to full strength. Stop there by Kenny. 1:17 to play in the first period. 1-0 Bandits. Changes here for the Phoenix. Egan and Sells on for your defenseman. Cunningham, Dean, and Hendricks, your forward. Face off to Kenny's right. Goal. Referee didn't like what he was seeing there. Changes here. Dean set to take the face off now. Dean wins the face off, sends it back to Sells. Sells looked. Sells sends it around, up off the wall. Cunningham sends it back. Egan bounces it off the wall. We are playing pinball here, folks. Dean doing work along the wall there. Cunningham looking. Bandits, nice stick there from Dean. Egan tips it up. Egan going to pick the puck up off along the wall. Egan with the head of steam here. 47 seconds to play. Egan with the head of steam into the offensive zone. He's going to wrap it around the net. Hits the brakes. Big hit there from the Bandits out front. Shot! Oh! Can't quite put that one home. And Dean sends it back behind the net. Hendricks giving chase. Puck sent out of the zone by the Bandits. RJ Sells picks it up. RJ sends it back down. 20 seconds to play in the period. Cunningham doing work there. Back behind the net. Into the corner. Bandits sends it up and out of the zone. Phoenix needs to clear. Dean sends it back to Sells. Sells with a nice move there. Now RJ, nice move there. Picks it up there. And that will end the period. Sorry, I need to turn the camera, folks. I got mesmerized by RJ's skills there. Forgot to turn the camera. All right, so end of the first period. 1 minute intermission, 1-0 Bandits. Phoenix need to find some energy. Feel like that was kind of a... trying to find the right words. Not a very energetic first period from the Phoenix there. Coach Fish trying to get the Phoenix motivated here. 1-0 Bandits at the end of the first. All right, end of the intermission. Second period, we've got about to get underway here. 1-0 Bandits after one. Phoenix will try to get this thing turned back in their favor. Start of the second period here. Gong, let's see. Shaw and Gong on for your defense. Midas, Simmons, and Smoody for your forwards. And we're set to do battle here in the second period. Phoenix will now be going offense on the left side of your screen. Midas takes control of the puck. Smoody dumps it in. No icing here. Simmons doing work along in the corner there. Midas gets the puck. Midas squirts it out. Midas behind the net. Midas looking. Moody comes out with the puck there, squirts away from him, back behind the net. Simmons looking out front. Ooh, nobody home there to get a stick on it. Gong sends it back down into the zone. Bandits come out with the puck. Two on the puck there. Bandits back the other way. Number 11 makes Simmons look a little small there. Number 11 is a tall kid. Bandits looking. Nice hit there. Nice stop. Shot wide there. Kenny pushes that wide. Shaw down to the corner. Puck behind him there. Smoody picks it up. Smoody sends it. Free Phoenix on the puck there. Trying to get the puck out of along the wall there. Right into the middle. Simmons gets it. Simmons sends it up. And Smoody and Midas on the drive here. Smoody goes wide. Backhand. Can't. Nobody home there. Simmons tried to send it behind him. Nobody was ready for that. And we're going to have a stoppage here with 14:24 to play in the second period. 1-0 Bandits. All right, so Shell and Cells in for your defense. Your wing is going to be Johan Trujillo and O'Shaughnessy. Your center is going to be Wilcox. Sorry, Wilcox. Caleb Wilcox. Brain cramp there, folks. All right. Wilcox puck bouncing around there over to Trujillo. Trujillo looking shot, sends it toward the net. Follow beside the goalie. O'Shaughnessy gives chase over into the corner. Shaughnessy sends it back the other way. Trujillo back the other way. Sells picks up the puck, backhands it. O'Shaughnessy keeps it in there. Puck bouncing around. O'Shaughnessy comes out with it. Now sends it back deep into the zone. Wilcox centers. Bandits tip that away. Bandits now coming out of the zone. Nice stick there from RJ Sells. RJ tried to get something going there. O'Shaughnessy picks the puck up right at the red line. Trujillo dumps it in, gives chase here. Trujillo dump down into the corner here. Wilcox. All right. Our rider Shell sends it off the wall out of the zone. Cross ice for the Bandits there. O'Shaughnessy giving chase. Back below. No icing here. RJ Sells picks it up. Looking. Ooh, RJ maybe took a big hit there. RJ looks to be all right, though. He's back up and in the fight. Wilcox on with the drive into the offensive zone. Wilcox wide. He's going to cut. Breaks on for Wilcox there. Centering pass. Couldn't quite get there. Nice look, Willie. Bandits dump it in deep there. RJ Sells picks it up. RJ looking, trying to find somebody to pass to. RJ decides he's going to bring it out. And RJ pulls it back, looking, back around the horn there. Ryder Shell picks it up. Tipped away by the Bandits. And RJ in the middle of the ice there. Forward to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy breaks. Oh, that's going to be an offsides. Offsides there for the Phoenix. 12:25 to play in the second period. 1-0 Bandits. Spade, Cunningham, and Redburn in for your forwards. Gong and Egan in for your defense. Spade comes out of there with the puck. Spade looking over off the wall. Gong picks it up. Gong sends it forward there to Redburn. Past Redburn in below the red line. Spade looking, sends it back out to Gong. Gong looking. Oh, can't quite put a stick on a breakout here for the Bandits. Luckily, that puck squirts wider. That could have been bad for the Phoenix. Down deep into the corner here. Cunningham comes out with it. Cunningham around the wall to Redburn. Puck squirts past the Bandits. That's going to be no call there. No call. I thought that could have been a penalty called there, but nothing from the ref. Cunningham picks it up, sends it up to Jackson Spade. Jackson Spade's got Cody on his right. Jackson drives to the middle. Sends it. Nice look there by Jackson. Couldn't quite put that one home. Nice look, Jackson. Cody Redburn pokes it forward to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Gong. Gong looks, sends it. Shot wide there. Traffic in front of the net. Can't quite do anything there. Egan gets tripped up. No call there. Spade looking, drives in the middle. Good defense there by the Bandits. Spade couldn't quite get a shot off. Spade regains the pucks. Backhand shot. Nice look there. Nice effort, Jackson Spade there. Jackson's looking. Centers it. Can't quite put that one on as it was tipped away as the Bandits go back the other way. Bandits send it in. Blocked there by Oscar. Oscar Gong. Bandits, nice stick there by Spade. 2-on-1, 3-on-1 now as Dean gets in the fight. To center. Phoenix is controlling the puck here the last minute or so, minute and a half. Spade in there. Spade trying to get a change here. Spade off, Hendricks on, back the other way. Hendricks on there. And Midas now on as well. Egan sends it up off the wall. 10-10 to play in the second period. 1-0 Bandits. Phoenix trying to tie this game up here. Redburn. We're going to have a penalty here. Not really sure what that stop was for unless they called offsides. I missed it. But he, regardless, changes here for the Phoenix. Shell and Shaw on. We got Midas at center. Midas picks the puck up. Dean as well, and Hendricks on for your four. Hendricks picks that puck up. Hendricks with a shot wide of the net. Around behind there. Dean looking. Shaw with a nice stick there to break up that opportunity. 3-on-2 here. Midas takes a shot, rips. Nice save there by the Bandits goalie. Hendricks looking. Hendricks sends it to the middle. Bandits pick it up. Bandits looking into the middle of the ice. Shell picks it up. Shell sends it forward over to Midas. Midas looking. Nice chip up there to Alex Hendricks. Alex with the drive. Alex looking. Shot high. Tipped off. Tipped high there. Midas gets in that corner. Midas doing work there. Midas looking. Dean behind the net. Dean along the wall there. Hendricks back out. Hendricks fighting there. Shell also. And now Midas gets into the fight. Sorry, I need to turn the camera again. Puck squirts out there. Shaw giving chase. Shaw looking. He picks the puck up. Shaw sends it over to I believe that is Dean. Dean. Poke gets tipped away by the Bandits. Centering pass. Nothing going there. Nice defense by Shaw to break up that pass. Ryder Shell sends it up off the wall. Hendricks doing the work along the penalty box. Tipped away. Wilcox in now for the Phoenix. Bandits send it up off the wall. Shaw giving chase down deep into the corner. Shaw will take his time getting that puck and sends it up. Tipped over. Nice play there. Work on that in practice every week. About time they use it. Wilcox. Now Bandits back the other way. He's got a 1-on-2 shot. Flips it toward the goalie. Kenny with the blocks. Sends out. I can't talk. Kenny saved it. That's what I'm trying to say. Wilcox and Dean over to Hendricks. Hendricks with the Hendricks is just going to dump it in there. That's going to be an icing. Hendricks is going to ice the puck. So changes here for the Phoenix. We are going to have Sells and Egan in for your defense. Simmons, Smoody, and Wilcox your forwards. Face-off set to Kenny's left. Wilcox set to take this face-off. Wilcox ties up his guy there. Puck squirts out. Shot from the Bandits. Tip. Nice save there. Egan with the head of steam. Egan bringing it out of the zone. Egan sends it up high off the wall to Simmons. Simmons takes a big hit off the wall. Simmons chases into the corner. Simmons out front. Smoody now picks it up. Smoody looking, sends it back down below the red line to Simmons. Simmons looking, centering pass. Can't quite put his stick on it. Phoenix have had some chances, just unable to connect on anything so far. 7:16 to play in the second period, rather. 7:16 to play in the second period. 1-0 Bandits. Bandits get the puck. Nice hit there from Smoody. Smoody sends it back around the net. Egan there. And Wilcox now. Wilcox sends it up. Simmons looks, backhand shot. Save there by the Bandits goalie. Stop. 6:52 to play in the second period. 1-0 Bandits. Changes here for the Phoenix. Shaw and Gong on. For your defense, their forwards are going to be Cunningham at center, Trujillo on his left, O'Shaughnessy on his right. Cunningham set to take the face-off. Face-off won by the Bandits. They kick it back. Nice stick there by Cunningham. O'Shaughnessy doing work there. O'Shaughnessy behind the net. O'Shaughnessy gets the stick on it, gets away there. Nice work by O'Shaughnessy. Cunningham comes out with it. Cunningham looking, stick there. Gong gets a shot, or gets stick on it there and sends it back behind the net. O'Shaughnessy doing work here along the wall. Cunningham back to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy out to Gong. Gong sends it back up. And Bandits are going to come out here with the puck into the neutral zone. Trujillo doing work there. Nice work, Johan. Johan breaks that up here. Cunningham and Gong up off the glass. Bandits cut to the middle there. Shaw gets a stick on it to break that passing lane up. Cunningham comes out with it. Cunningham looking, and he's going to drive it. He's going to take it himself here and dumps it in here. Gets past the red line, dumps it in. And back below that, Cunningham doing all the work here. Where are his teammates? Trujillo finally goes to help him out there behind the net. Bandits come out now into the neutral zone. Bandits pushing the pressure here. He got a 1-on-4. O'Shaughnessy gets a stick on it and breaks that up. Bandits have the control of the puck. Shaw gets a stick on it. Now Gong pokes that away. Oscar doing work along the wall there. Shot wide. Shaw chasing that puck down. Cunningham picks it up. Squirts away from Cunningham. Stick out front. Shot. Get over, Kenny. Nice save. Oh, I thought Kenny saved that. Goal for the Bandits. 2-0 Bandits here. 4:47 to play in the second period.
Let's go, Bandits!
Changes here for the Phoenix. Midas, Redburn, and Spade in. Your defensemen are going to be Shell and Sells. 2-0 Bandits here. 4:47 to play in the second period. Spade drives it in. Spade trying to get a stick on it there. All right, that puck squirts loose there. RJ Sells giving chase. RJ shot. Kenny, nice save there by Kenny. Keep this a 2-0 game. Spade with a drive. Sells giving excellent effort there to get back in this fight here. All the way from the blue line. The hustle there to help out Spade. Midas into the corner. Midas sends it back to RJ. RJ's looking. RJ sends it up. Tipped away there by the Bandits. Shell is looking. Shell sends it off the wall. And offsides. Offsides for the Phoenix. Changes here for the Phoenix. Looks like the defense will remain the same. Forward changes here. You're going to have, I'm sorry, defense is changing as well. Gong and Egan in for your defense. Wilcox, Dean, and Hendricks, your forwards. Wilcox face up tied up there. Dean comes out with the puck. Dean sends it off the wall into the neutral zone. Center ice. Puck back behind Kenny there. Egan sends it around the wall. Hendricks picks the puck up. Egan doing work there. Up off the glass. Bandits have control of the puck right now. Bandits kind of controlling this game here in the second period. Not something we really thought we'd see, but credit to them, they're playing good. Kenny covers that puck. Kenny covers that puck stoppage with 3:11 to play. Second period, 2-0 Bandits. Changes here for the Phoenix. Shaw and Sells on. The forwards will be Simmons, Smoody, and Cunningham. Face-off tied up there. Battle right at the face-off dot. I believe that's Smoody that comes out and gets that puck. Battle along the wall there. Simmons and Smoody tied up there. Puck squirts out. Bandits send it up. Back behind the net. Shaw giving chase. Shaw pokes that thing away. Puck bounces around. Puck squirts back the other way. Stick there. Smoody looking. Tripped up there. No call. Puck squirts loose into the neutral zone. Simmons giving great effort here. Simmons chasing him down. Puck is loose. Past the red line. Bandits on the drive here. Bandits looking. Drop pass. Nothing going there. Sorry, I need to turn the camera. Bandits will gather the puck and he will send it up off the wall. Cunningham cuts the middle there. Cunningham's got to wait for the zone to clear. Zone is now cleared. Cunningham dumps it in. Simmons gives chase. Somebody lost a stick. Not quite sure who lost the stick. It's sitting in the middle of the ice there. Turn the camera guy. Shell's got the puck, sends it back to Shaw. Shaw looking, sends it back over to Sells, or Shell rather. Simmons up and can't quite get into the zone. Puck squirts loose there. Shaw will pick it up. Shaw back behind the net, getting some space, stops, cuts it back the other way. Shaw will send it up to Simmons. Simmons, puck squirts away. Shell sends it off the wall into the neutral zone. Bandits gather it. Shell sends the puck around the wall and through the neutral zone. This will be an icing. Stoppage with 1:02 to play. 1:02 to play. Can't really see that scoreboard through the netting, but 1:02 to play. Second period, 2-0 Bandits. Changes here for the Phoenix. Sells and Egan on for your defense. Forwards are going to be O'Shaughnessy, Trujillo, and Wilcox are center. Wilcox set to take this face-off. Bandits send the puck back. Got there. I believe that was RJ that got a stick on it. RJ picks the puck up with a head of steam here. They got a 2-on-1 here with Trujillo and RJ. RJ going to cut to the middle. RJ sends it there. Oh, great look by RJ there. Great look there. Unfortunately, couldn't quite connect there. And we're going to have an icing here. 40.7 seconds to play. 2-0 Bandits. Phoenix trying to get a goal here in the last 40 seconds to cut this lead to 1 for the intermission. All right, face off there. Bandits win the face off. O'Shaughnessy work there. Shaughnessy cuts to the middle, backhand, centers it. I got to turn the camera. Sorry, guys. Wilcox sends it back to Sells. Sells looks. O'Shaughnessy picks it up. Sells back with the puck. Sells or Wilcox centers it. Wilcox sends it back to RJ Sells. RJ's looking, takes a shot wide of the net. Egan looking, centers it. Shot. Puck was loose there. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. RJ's going to gather the puck. RJ will send it to center ice. End of the second period. 2-0 Bandits. This intermission is brought to you by Phoenix. Need to find some energy and get back in this game. We do have two games tomorrow. I believe 10:30 a.m. and I'm not really quite sure what time the second game is. I believe it's like 3:30 in the afternoon. The two games tomorrow. John will be doing the broadcast for the first game. I will be on the call for the second game here on your Phoenix broadcast network. Phoenix got to kind of get into this game here. Kind of a lackluster performance so far by the Phoenix. Third period about to get started here. 2-0 Bandits. All right, intermission is over. All right, let's see who's going to start the third period. Their defense. Forwards are going to be Redburn, Cunningham, and Speed. Start this third period here. 2-0 Bandits. 16 minutes ago in the game. Started the third period. Face off one there, sent back to Gong. Gong sends it forward there. Squirts past Spade. Spade giving chase. Puck there. Shaw down deep in the corner, tipped it away, back around the wall. Shaw up to Redburn. Redburn giving chase there. And ice or offsides rather. Offsides. 15:42 to play in the third period. 2-0 Bandits. Same lines here. Cunningham set to take this face off. Spade to his left, Redburn to his right. Shaw and Gong back deep. Bandits dump it in. We're going to have another offside. 15:39 to play in the third period. Face off, same thing. We're going to reset and do it all again here. Cunningham, puck spurts away. Oh, Redburn couldn't quite get out of there with it. Puck off of the wall. Redburn battling along the wall there with Spade. Cunningham gets in there now. Puck spurts away from Bandits. Redburn, the nice hit there, as I forgot to turn the camera. Spade looks. Charles sends it over to Gong. Gong up to Spade. Spade sends it into the offensive zone. Cunningham keeps it in there. Nice work by Cunningham. Cunningham, we're going to have a penalty. Penalty upcoming here to the Phoenix. Or on the Bandits. Power play for the Phoenix is what I meant to say there. Got some jawing going on here. Phoenix should worry about scoring goals and not talking crap. All right, power play for your Phoenix. Sells and Cunningham on the blue line. Wilcox at center, Spade to his left, and Midas to his right. Midas has got the puck down deep in the corner here. Phoenix desperately need a goal in this power play. We got 14:50 to play, and they are down 2 goals. Puck squirts away there. RJ Sells able to gather this puck. RJ's looking. He sends it up to Owen Midas. Midas look stops, centers it. Nobody home there. Spade bounces up in the air. Bandits with a shot. Kenny with a save there. Puck squirts out. Cunningham into the corner. Sells there to help him out as well. Midas standing just off there. RJ Sells looks. RJ's going to bring the puck through the defensive zone into the neutral zone. RJ with the head of steam. Puck tipped away there. Great stick there by the Bandits. Midas picks it up. Midas looks, shot. Save. Puck is loose. Puck, Scott, go! Go there for your Atlanta Phoenix. 2-1. Phoenix on the power play goal. Goalie might be hurt here. Looks like the goalie will be all right. He's shaking his hand. I'm not sure what happened there. Goalie is up. He's shaking his hand. I'm not sure what happened there. I couldn't really see. Some traffic in front of the net. All right. So the Phoenix cut this lead in half, 2-1. 13:59 to play in the third period. 2-1. Bandits as the Phoenix get a goal there. See if they can't keep the pressure up here. Wilcox, Dean, and Hendricks, your forwards. Shell and Sells, your defenseman. Dean sends it back to RJ Sells. RJ's looking, trying to create some space here. Good stick there. Sorry, I forgot to turn the camera again. RJ leans into that corner. Caleb Wilcox gets that puck around to Sells. Sells sends it out of the zone. Or excuse me, that was Shell. Shell out of the zone. Dean giving chase. Dean sends it back there to RJ Sells. RJ looking, tips it up out of play, off the netting. Some of the Phoenix moms are scared of the puck of it, obviously. All right. Same lines here. Same lines. Wilcox set to take the face off. Wilcox sends the face off to his left. Dean comes out of there. Dean sends it up to Hendricks. Hendricks. All right. He's got a 3-on-1. Centering pass. Nothing. Couldn't quite get a stick on it there. Dean gets it, sends it back below the red line. Hendricks doing work behind the net. Puck is loose. Stick goes flying, or broken one there. I believe somebody broke a stick. I believe that is Alex Hendricks who broke the stick. All right, so Bandits are going to go back on the penalty kill. Phoenix on the power play. I did not see the call. Regardless, a minute 30 power play here for the Phoenix. Coach sends out Spade, Wilcox, and Cunningham, Sells, and Smoody. All right, 2-1 Phoenix, 2-1 Bandits with 12:55 to play. Phoenix still on the power play, down a goal. See if they can't tie this game up. Wilcox set to take this face off. Spade to his left, Smoody to his right. Back behind there. That was Wilcox looking. Wilcox sends it back to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Wilcox, playing a little bit of catch here. Spade behind the net. Spade looking, sends it over to Smoody. Smoody sends it back to Spade. Spade. Oh, sorry. Sells got the puck. Sells sends it up to Smoody. Smoody looking, shot. Puck loose. Couldn't quite get a stick on it there. Puck squirts out of the zone. Sells back deep for the Phoenix. All right, good work there by DC Cunningham. Smoody picks the puck up to Sells. Sells looks, cuts to the middle. Sells takes a shot off the post. All right, back behind the net. 34 seconds to play on the power play. Shot. Smoody looks back behind the net. Back to Smoody. Smoody centers it. Shot. Couldn't quite put that home. Sends it out to Sells. Sells looks shot wide of the net. Shot. Ooh, rebound almost home there. 12 seconds to go in the power play. Cunningham over to his left on the far side here. I think we're going to have another power play for the Phoenix here. So we're going to have back-to-back power plays for the Phoenix here. Sells sends it in behind the net. Simmons got the puck here as we send on the extra attacker with the delayed penalty here. Shot. And we got a stoppage here. Alex. Tell Amber to get out the credit card. All right. So back-to-back power plays here for the Phoenix. All right. We are going to send out Simmons, Redburn, Midas, Dean, and Shell. Shot there from Ryder Shell. All right, 11:03 to play in the game. 1:20 to go in this power play. 2-1 Bandits. Face off sent to the left there by Owen. Into the corner. Back out. Ryder pokes that puck away. All right. Tipped away there by Dean. Nice stick, Dean. Dean sends it up. Simmons wasn't ready for that. Pokes bats around there. The puck is batted around. I am struggling to talk tonight, folks. Dean gets it out. Dean looking offsides for the Phoenix. Changes here for the Phoenix. Changes here for the Phoenix. He's going to send out Wilcox, Spade, and Smoody. Sells and Cunningham for the last 53 seconds of this power play. RJ Sells picks the puck up along the wall. RJ looking, sends it over to Cunningham. Cunningham, the head of steam into the offensive zone. BC Cunningham looks, sends it into RJ. RJ, nice move there. RJ fires. Oh, just high. Back below the red line to RJ. Wilcox centers it. Shot. Puck tipped around. Penalty upcoming to the Phoenix here, so it'll be 4-on-4 for 20 seconds. I believe this is going to be a roughing. Roughing to RJ Sells. I think that was a bullshit call, but didn't really see a whole lot there. But the referees obviously think otherwise. So 4-on-4 for 20 seconds, and then the Bandits will go on a power play for 1:10. 4-on-4. Let's see who. All right, so the Phoenix are going to send out Midas and Simmons, Egan and Gong. All right, Egan. I believe there should have been a trip there, but we only didn't call that there. Midas looking in the middle of the ice. Midas cuts. Into the neutral zone. Gong. Bandits at full strength. Bandits at full strength here. Good stick there by the Phoenix. Gong comes out with the puck. Gong looking. Trying to kill off this penalty here with 9:29 to play in the game. 55 seconds to go in the penalty kill for the Phoenix. Simmons sends it up the ice there. Into the corner. Nice save there by Kenny. Puck is loose in front of the net. Nice stop there by the Phoenix. And not let that go in here. They are trying to keep this a 1-goal game for the next 7 seconds in this penalty kill and for the rest of the period for that matter. But puck is loose along the wall there. Owen tries to chip it loose. Sorry, I need to turn the camera a little bit more. All right, so Midas comes out with that puck. Midas up to Owen. Centering pass, nothing home there. Spade looks shot. Wide there. Egan sends it up. Egan and now Redburn. Now Spade picks it up deep in the corner there. All right, Bandits bring it out of the zone. 7:38 to play in the game. 2-1 Bandits right now. Gong picks the puck up behind the net. Up to Spade. Spade up to Cunningham. Cunningham tips it out of the zone. Redburn off and Smoothie on for the Phoenix. Changes for the defense here for the Phoenix. Shaw and Shell on. Shell sends it over to Shaw. Past Shaw along the wall. Shaw sends it up the wall. Smoothie tips it forward there. Cunningham into the offensive zone. Cunningham got the puck. He's looking for help. Smoothie cuts to the middle there. Tipped away by the Bandits. Smoothie behind the net looking. Centering pass. Puck is loose in front of the net. Phoenix couldn't quite get a stick on it there. 6:50 to play in the game. Third period here, 2-1 Bandits. All right. The changes here for the Phoenix. Wilcox set to take this face off with Dean to his left, Smoothie to his right, Shaw and Shell back deep for the Phoenix. Behind the net, Smoothie doing work back there. Dean gets into the fight as well. Puck is tied up. No movement going here. All right. Through the zone. Shot, saved by Kenny. Stoppage here. 6:17 to play in the third period. 2-1 Bandits. Changes here for the Phoenix. RJ Sells and Chip Egan on for your defense. O'Shaughnessy, Trujillo, and Owen Midas for your forwards. Midas set to take this face off. Kenny's right in the defensive zone. All right. Midas comes out with the puck, tips it in. Midas sends it up to Trujillo. Puck is bounced around. We're going to have an offsides here. Stoppage. 6:01 to play in the third period. 2-1 here. Phoenix sneak goal here to tie this thing up. Back to RJ, over to Egan. Egan dumps it in there. Somebody go get the puck, guys. Everybody lollygagging out there. Not gonna lie and say, yeah, I'm gonna stop there. All right, Trujillo back behind the line here. Trujillo sends it around. O'Shaughnessy gives chase there. Trujillo sends it out to Egan. Egan looking. Shot from Egan there, wide of the net. RJ Sells gets tripped up there, trying to do battle for the puck there. Sends it behind the net. Bandits come out with it up off the wall. Chip Egan able to keep that thing in. Bandits looking. They will send it out of the zone, off the wall there. Midas able to pick it up. Midas with a head of steam. He's got a 1-on-3 here. Midas takes a shot, tipped in, glove save there by the Bandits. Stoppage, 5:01 to play. Third period, 2-1 Bandits. Shaw and Gong on for your defense. Forwards are going to be Hendricks, Cunningham, and Simmons. Face off here. Cunningham set to take this face off. Simmons to his left, Hendricks to his right. Gong and Shaw back on the blue line. All right, puck out of the zone. Gong over to Shaw. Shaw sends it high up off the glass. Bandits there doing work. Shaw looking. He sends it off the glass. Up to Simmons. Simmons going to work along the wall there. Simmons over to Cunningham. Cunningham takes the puck up the ice. He's got Hendricks behind him. Cunningham cuts wide. Cunningham to the middle of the ice. Cunningham looking. Cunningham sends it out to Gong. Gong up to Cunningham. Simmons picks it up behind the net there, into the corner. Cunningham over to Hendricks. Hendricks looks shot off the goalie. Nice stop there, goalie. Puck spurts out to Shaw. Shaw sends it back into the middle of the ice. Cunningham picks it up. Cunningham looks. He sets it up back behind the net. Simmons picks it up. Oh, lost control of the puck there. Simmons. Cunningham picks it back up. Cunningham looks to the middle. He's looking back behind the net, into the wall. Cunningham. Nice turn there by Cunningham. Cunningham still looking. Nothing going. Puck out front there. Puck is loose. Puck squirts past all the Phoenix into the defensive zone. Shaw picks the puck up. Shaw's going to skate around. He's going to send it off the glass. Puck is high. Sells on for the defense. Wilcox on as well. So Wilcox with the drive. Wilcox trying to do it all himself there. Nice work by Wilcox. Nice Spade on as well. Sorry, I missed that change, guys. So Sells down deep there in the offensive zone. Sells sends it out to Gong. Gong back to Sells. Sells to, I believe that is Wilcox. Wilcox back to Sells. Gong takes a shot toward the net. Nothing going there. Spade gets the stick on it, keeps it in. Shot high. Go! Tying goal. 2:50 to play. Phoenix tie it up. 2:50 to play. 2-2. Phoenix tie that one up. Puck kind of seemed to float up in the air over the goalie. I think Spade got that one. Referee's talking about something here. Not sure what referees are chatting about, but either way, goal will stand. 2-2, 2:50 to play. Let's see if the Phoenix can't win this one after tying this one up. Get the momentum here. All right, puck squirted away there. RJ Sells, a holding there that should have been called, but referees don't see it. If you're blind and deaf, you can be a ref as well. Jackson Spade on the drive. Jackson driving wide, looks to the middle, sends it there. Couldn't quite get a stick on it from Wilcox. Spade looking behind the end of the corner. Spade sends it deep into the middle of the ice. Can't quite get a stick on it there. RJ Sells and Wilcox into the corner. Big hit from Wilcox. Spade looking, sends it back around the wall. Spade picks it up. RJ Sells gets a stick on it. Shaw sends that thing forward. Shaw tipped away by the Bandits there. Puck is bouncing around there. Jackson Spade comes out with it. Go with him, RJ. Center is it. Take the shot. Puck bouncing around here. 1:54 to play out front. Puck is loose, covered by the goalie. 1:51 to play. 2-2. Tie game here. 1:51 to play in the third period. We do not play overtime here, but hopefully that's not a problem. Hopefully the Phoenix can get a goal here, as the Bandits goalie seems to be having some equipment issues here. All right, changes for the Phoenix here. Egan and Shell on for the blue line. Redburn, Midas, and Smoothie on for your forwards. 147 to play in the third period. Midas looking, sends it back to the D. Shell takes it. Take the shot, Ryder. Shot. Tipped around. Oh! Egan picks it up along the wall. Back behind the net. Midas tries to keep that puck in there. 124 to play. Puck squirts past Egan there. Ryder able to keep that in and squirts into the offensive zone for the Bandits there. Midas picks it up here. Midas sends it up to Smoothie. Smoothie tripped up. Sends it up. Ah! Smoothie sends it up. Nice move there by Smoothie. Can he get a stick on it before the goalie? No, can't quite get that one there. Redburn keeps it in there. Shot, centering pass. Midas so close. 49 seconds to play here. Tie game 2-2 for the Phoenix and the Bandits. Puck is loose along the wall there. Ryder with a nice stick there. Ryder tips it forward. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Bandits come out with it. Egan shot there. Kenny with the save. Stop. 28.4 to go. 28.4 to go. Tie game here. Let's see what Coach Fisk does here. He's going to send out. Let's see here. Simmons. All right. I think we got a timeout here. We got a timeout here. I'm not sure which team called a timeout. We've got a timeout here. 28.4 seconds left in the game. Phoenix tied up. About, I don't know. I forget what time is left. You all are watching. If not, you should have been. 28.4 seconds left to go here. Tie game, ladies and gentlemen. Phoenix trying to get a win here. They've had 10 ties on the year. I don't know about y'all, but that's a lot of ties. Coach Fisk drawing something up here. See who he sends out here. He changes it up after this timeout. All right, this faceoff will take place in the Phoenix defensive zone. Referee's ready to get this game over. All right, so it's going to be Sells, Shaw, Dean, Cunningham, and Simmons in for your Phoenix. Cunningham set to take this faceoff. Cunningham. Dean comes out with the puck. Dean trying to get it in there. Dean gets the puck tipped away there. Dean with the head of steam there. Cunningham, nothing going there. Cunningham gets the puck, takes the shot, centering nothing there. 12 seconds left to go in the game. Cunningham back behind the net. Ooh, referee raised his arm, but put it back down. And this game is going to go to another tie. 2-2 tie, second tie in a row between the Bandits and the Phoenix. 2-2 tie. Again, guys, we will have John will be doing the game in the morning, Sunday morning. I will have the afternoon game. That's going to do it for us tonight, folks. From the Atlanta Ice House, 2-2, Bandits and Phoenix.